4 million years after the Great War pushed mankind to the edge of extinction, strange mutations began appearing in children. These children weren't ordinary, they were born with supernatural powers strong enough to rival armies. Humanity named them the Talented and entrusted them with a mission: to fight against the so-called enemies of humanity. To prepare them, a secluded academy was built on a remote island. Here, the Talented trained day and night, convinced they were humanity's last line of defense. But what they didn't know was that the enemy they were told to fight never even existed. It was all a lie, a carefully crafted brainwashing to keep them under control. Among these students was Nana Hiiragi, a boy mocked for being powerless. While others bent fire, rewound time, or froze oceans, he had nothing. A sheep among wolves, ridiculed and left behind. And his life would change the moment 2 new transfer students entered the classroom. At that moment, Kyoya enters the classroom and gives a concise introduction, which infuriates Maguo, who acts apprehensively, demanding to know his ability. On the other hand, Kyoya shuts him down and then takes his seat. Just then one more transfer student arrives, whom is a bubbly girl named Nana, who instantly discloses her power to the class, whose smile hid a terrifying secret. Perchance, the only available seat left in the classroom is seated next to Nanao, which makes him anxious. After homeroom class, Nana asks Nanao if he's a victim of bullying, whereas Maguo steps in and claims that the boy is an enemy of mankind as he's talentless. This sparks a mini tirade by Nanao on enemies of mankind that's halted by Maguo, only for him to be rebuked by Nana. Eventually, Nana learns that Nanao is studious on the topic of enemies of mankind, and that he has a pet cat. The homeroom teacher then interrupts Nina, claiming she's disrupting the class. Nina apologizes and denotes that the teacher was about to announce the students will choose a class rep. When the teacher asks who would like to volunteer for the position, nearly every student raises their hand. As a result, Nana nominates Nanao, much to his dismay. Therefore, Kyoya suggests that Maguo, Seiya, and Nanao duke it out for the position, and both Maguo and Seiya agree to the terms. A flashback involving Nanao's backstory is shown, and after school, Nana follows Nanao and asks him to give her a tour of the island. Although hesitant, Nanao does and first takes her to the cafeteria building. There, they talk about Nana and her mind-reading ability and then go to a cliff hanging by the seaside. It's there Nanao talks about his ability and why he refuses to talk or show it off. As they're talking, Nana is struck by an invisible force and falls off the cliff, making Nanao try and rescue her. Meanwhile, Kyoya does some investigating in the school facility room. Back at the cliffside, Nana is shown to be safe. The two then head back to the school dorms, and Nana continues to try and convince Nanao about the class rep position. However, Nanao is adamant to follow his goal of eliminating the threats to humanity and feels violated as Nanao continues to try and reason with him by reading his mind. It was his father who forced him to attend the school, and Nanao was complicit only to gain his approval. After this, Nanao heads straight to his room to lie on his bed, and after reflecting on a scene from his past, is visited by Nanao. She returns his wristwatch that he forgot back in the cafeteria and then leaves him be, leaving Nanao to think that Nana did this right before bedtime. The following day, out in the schoolyard, Maguo and Seiya get ready to face off against each other with their homeroom teacher and fellow students observing it. Believing that Nanao has chickened out, they're both anxious to start, but are shuddered to hear the teacher the challenge will be a fist fight. With that settled with, the two start fighting, and are at first evenly matched. But Seiya manages to briefly incapacitate Maguo, allowing him a premature victory. Enraged, Maguo creates a disturbingly large-sized fireball and regrettably tosses it at his students. Seeing his fellow students in a pinch, especially Nana, Nanao leaps in front of the fireball and uses his talent to cancel out the fireball. Right after this, Nanao thanks Nana for returning his watch to him last night and admits that his ability can negate other people's abilities. At this revelation, the nearly entire student body surrounds and praises Nanao as Nana embraces him. Afterward, both Nana and Nana stand by the cliffside and talk about him being the new leader, how he admires his father, and the details surrounding his ability. This leads to them trying out if Nana can cancel out people's abilities through physical contact, and it apparently works. It's then that Nana pushes Nana off the cliff, and as he hangs from the rope dangling off the cliff, as she reads Nana's mind in a cold and aloof manner. As it turns out, Nana doesn't have a mind-reading talent or any talent whatsoever. In truth, she's a keen observer and is able to logically deduce people's emotions and thoughts through even the smallest of details. Furthermore, Nana concluded that out of all of the students he would one day become the enemy commander of the talented. Which is why, after figuring out the nature of his abilities, concluded he must be eliminated. To that, Nana severs the rope that Nana hangs onto and he falls to his death into the water. Just getting out of the shower, Nana reads a message on her phone about talented being a threat to humanity. A story is told involving a person who awakened to his talent and destroyed a city thereafter, which after this, children with talents are born. To facilitate the growing tension surrounding tension with the talented, such people are implemented into the military, establishing a new police force. However, this caused an even bigger rift between the talented and talentless as the talented used their abilities mostly for destruction, personal gain, etc. This caused a war to break out, and in the end, the talentless won the war. Decades passed by, and in that time, the nations and people's thoughts and opinions on the talented softened. In the present, nations openly accept talented users and train them in a consolidated and isolated manner in what's called training academies. At this academy, the students are trained to combat against the enemies of humanity unbeknownst to them that they are the enemy. Nana was tasked by a superior to covertly kill all of the talented at the school she's assigned. In the present at the schoolyard, Nana is approached by Maguo and is asked if she's seen Nana. Nana's left eye twitches once as Maguo details how posturing Nana was to become the class rep, disappears without a trace. Maguo though confesses that Nana was a badass when he displayed his power. Just then, another student named Mikiru struggles with the training exercise by running across a log bridge above a placid lake. Also, another student by the name of Yaohei is in a pinch, but Saya helps him out by freezing the lake that he dangled above from. In Nana's deduction, Seiya, who froze a lake 5 meters deep in mere seconds with his talent, reinforces that talented are a threat to humanity. This is all based on the sentiments that immature people will exploit their powers for their own personal endeavors. Affirmed to carry out her mission to dispose of all talented, Nana is then tasked with stopping Maguo and Saya's fight with the other. Afterward, during lunch, Nana talks with Saya about his freezing talent. During this, Nana scrutinizes all of Saya's responses to her questions, noting every lie and omission he makes through his actions. The conversation then shifts to Nanao's absence, whereas the class still believes he's out sick. To that point, Nana resolves herself to deal with that situation before it escalates any further. An altercation between Maguo and his associate Shoichi, which is stopped by Yaohei and his talent. Yaohei's talent for stopping time is then revealed, but Nana has suspicions about that through her careful observational skills. From Nana's phone, Yaohei's potential kill count is revealed to be over 800k plus people. Later that day, at the cafeteria, Nana eats her meal with Yaohei, who despises Nana's loud eating, but Nana argues that he eats as loudly as she does, while stating she merely wants to talk with Yaohei as she's a fan of his. Nana then tries to take a pickle of his while intentionally knocking over his glass of water, triggering his talent. Yaohei details that his talent is to stop time, but Nana calls him out on his lie and blackmails him to tell the truth. To that, Yaohei confesses his real talent is reverse time travel, a talent that allows him to change the course of the present by changing events in the past. Impressed that Nana deduced his talent by what he believed to be by using her mind-reading talent, in truth, it was by her observations surrounding him. Feeling a kindred spirit bond with Nana, Yaohei proposes that the two team up to rebuild the unfair world together and extinguish the evils of the corrupt world they live in. Playing along, Nana agrees to Yaohei's proposal, noting that he's super deluded. Right as the two go to shake hands in confirmation to their partnership, Yaohei notices that she left grains of rice in her bowl and details he detests wasted food be left behind. Although on the outside, Nana is all smiles and will duly note Yaohei's peeve, she innerly notes of how dangerous his talent is and how it could compromise her goal immensely. Out of nowhere, Kayouya appears and asks if Yaohei can use his talent to investigate Nanao's disappearance. Kayouya also states that he won't gossip to others about Yaohei's talent. Recalling that Nanao could be taking a sick day, Kayouya discloses the contrary evidence that disproves that notion. Furthermore, he inquires Nana what he was doing with Nanao, as the two really hit it off, and what she was doing with Nanao the day before. Calmly, Nana states that she merely congratulated him as the new class rep. Continuing with his interrogation, Kayouya carefully grasps Nana's hair, making her believe he's trying to cause her to slip up or use his talent dig up the truth. Curious to know why Kayouya was grasping her hair, Kayouya answers he simply has to, and detailing his sister also has pigtails. Wanting to gain control of the conversation, Nana changes the subject about Nanao being a possible enemy of humanity. It's then Nana claims that she heard a strange voice, detailing her talent to being able to hear people's inner voices. Nana also states how Kayouya was absent that day, and how his apprehensive attitude toward Nanao contradicts his interest with Nanao's disappearance. When pressed for a reason, Kayouya merely smiles and leaves, while stating he merely wished to make some friends. Yaohei now suspicious of Kayouya, Nana notes that she's temporarily got Kayouya off her tail for now. With that settled, Yaohei agrees to help, which pleases Nana on the outside, but on the inside, she's disgusted. At the dorms, Yaohei uses his talent to investigate the past, and upon returning while heavily exhausted, he confirms that Nanao really didn't return to the dorms that night. Perceiving that Yaohei's talent is exhausting, to which he confirms, Nana also notes that there must be other flaws to it as well. Learning more about Yaohei's talent by questioning him, Yaohei goes back in time briefly, claiming the time before, someone spotted him before he could do a thorough search. Returning to the present, Yaohei details to Nana that she and Nanao went to the cliff the day before. By the cliffside, Yaohei, now out of breath, is told by Nana that the two merely talked and parted ways after it. It's revealed that in the past, Nana noticed him, and when their eyes locked, he was sent back to the present, which is one of the flaws to his talent. Although Nana wants to try again tomorrow, Yaohei is adamant to continue as 24 hours is his time limit. Also, proclaiming he wants to follow through his sense of justice, Yaohei grows suspicious of Nana, claiming there may be something in the past she doesn't want him to find out. Nana then details what time she last talked with Nanao before they parted ways. Yaohei then goes back in time, but not before claiming he's not doing it out of suspicion of him. Once Yaohei is gone, Nana internally hopes that her past self can deal with Yaohei before he's able to find her out and try and stop her. Upon his return, Yaohei again was noticed by Nana, right before he could deduce how Nanao disappeared. Nana internally confirms what Yaohei stated to him was true, noting her memories being overwritten from that experience, confirming that Nana is no way the enemy of humanity, which pleases Nana. That night at the dorms, Nana leads Yaohei into the nearby forest, and confesses to him that Nanao was killed and eaten by an enemy of humanity there. Following Nana's words, Yaohei goes into the past where he's sequentially killed by drowning in the frozen pond that Seiya used his talent on earlier that day. As it turns out, they were both standing above said frozen pond because Nana shoveled dirt over the area, covered it up, and the darkness helped hide it too. On a dark rainy day, Kayouya investigates the area where Nanao was last seen at. At the school, it's noticed that Nanao and Yaohei are now absent. Internally, Nana notes that she's the one whom eliminated them both and still has a ways to go. It's then that Seiya confronts Nana and asks her what's on his mind. In her response, Nana details that if he's serious about his relationship with his girlfriend, then he shouldn't pin her against the wall. Shocked that Nana knew that he had a girlfriend, Magwu praises Nana for using her talent to find out Saya's secret relationship. Right as Nana was about to explain her deduction, Kayouya intervenes and details his observations about both Saya and his girlfriend. Although Kayouya's appearance is highly suspicious as he's not only soaking wet, but he has seaweed attached to his head. Afterward, Nana asks to eat lunch with him, but he flatly rejects the offer, so she then tails him to the outside vending machine where he purchases a can of milk. Sequentially, Kayouya heads to the janitor's closet, where he briefly enters and then exits it. Once he's out of sight, Nana investigates the place and finds a bowl of warm milk that was for a stray cat. Later that day, Nana points out the piece of seaweed stuck to his head, and he thanks her for telling him that and requests that they become friends. Perplexed by the sudden announcement spoken so frankly, Nana is then led to Kayouya's room where she plans on analyzing his room to have a greater understanding of him. What she finds out astounds her as Kayouya is a complete otaku with a special interest in retro games. As they play a game together, Nana inquires why Kayouya wants to be friends with her. He answers that she's unexpectedly popular, which is uncommon for a transfer student. Hence, he asks Nana on how to make friends. To that, Nana details most people open up over similarities and reveal weaknesses. Hearing that, Kayouya details he's been told all of his life that he's unapproachable and asks if Nana thinks that true. Hesitantly, Nana answers that Kayouya isn't it as he's a F-boy. The game now over, Kayouya sternly asks what Nana means by her F-boy comment, causing a flabbergasted Nana to try and elaborate what she meant. Learning the definition behind it was, he happily jots it down in his notebook. On the other hand, Nana is taken back on how she can't read him. Kayouya then states that he tends to obsess over things that pique his interest, and Nana asks if his interest is now about Nanao's disappearance. If so, why? To his confession, Kayouya details that his sister once came to the island, but ever since she arrived there he hasn't heard from her. Furthermore, he opines his thoughts on Nanao's disappearance and how the school is run. Using a manga called Humanity Girl, which is a comic about a talented girl using her power to fight off the enemies of humanity. Elatedly, Nana proclaims that's her favorite book, which Kayouya states they have a similarity. However, Nana internally notes that she can kill Kayouya without any hesitation. As it's getting late, the two call it a day. But before Nana leaves, Kayouya stops her and inquires if she recalls anything about a certain wristwatch. A watch that belonged to the late Nanao. She gives no answer, but Kayouya then asks her to follow him and leads her to the cliffside where Nanao was last seen. There, Kayouya asks what Nana was doing during the evening of the 13th. The same day where Nanao was presumed missing, and during some excursions around the island and in the surrounding ocean found Nanao's watch. Detailing that the watch broke at 6:10 p.m., Kayouya asks Nana if she might know something. However, she denies knowing anything, but claims that he couldn't have committed suicide for his intrepid action during the fight for class rep contradicts that. Contrary to that notion, Kayouya believes that he was killed as a Hail Mary, and he used his watch as evidence for his untimely demise. Lead to believe that the culprit was an enemy of humanity, but Kayouya denotes that there isn't any conclusive evidence that corroborates that fact. Internally, Nana disconcerted notes that Kayouya is 100 times more dangerous than Nanao. This is why Kayouya wanted to become friends with Nana, to uncover and confirm any of his notions surrounding the school and talented purpose as a whole. Before Nana agrees to it, she asks what Kayouya's talent is, but he plays coy, stating if she can read minds, why ask in the first place. Believing that Kayouya may be onto her, Kayouya calmly states that he's not suspicious of Nana as he thinks she has no motive to kill Kayouya. His intentions was to warn Nana that another monster might be in the lurks. To that, Nana is thankful for Kayouya's thoughtfulness. In her room, Nana searches up Kayouya's profile, but the information surrounding him is inconclusive. So the next day, Nana plans to uncover Kayouya's talent. The following day, both Kayouya and Nana report to their homeroom teacher in a separate room about their suspicion that Nanao was killed by an enemy of humanity. In light of this, the homeroom teacher will notify the higher-ups about this predicament. Out in the hallway, Nana and Kayouya lament how the faculty can be of no help, but Nana details how Nanao used to feed a stray cat. Right as Kayouya was going to ask her about it, Nana claims she has to use the restroom and leaves him. Internally, Kayouya denotes his suspicion of Nana's attitude surrounding Nanao's disappearance and how the school is run. He then heads to the janitor's office to leave some warm milk for the stray cat. However, the moment he turns on the gas stove, it ignites the natural gas inside that was set up by Nana. Seeing Kayouya's burning body, Nana feigns ignorance and claims to go and fetch some water. Surprisingly, Kayouya stops her and asks why she was there first as his burns gradually heal. Confessing his thoughts and suspicions to Nana, who is astounded by this revelation, and reveals his talent along with its weakness that he believes will be perceived through her talent. Separating from each other, Nana notes she'll unmask him. Saya, Maguo, and Shoichi confront Kayouya about the fire started in the janitor's room the day prior as Nana eavesdrops. Kayouya denies the fact and questions why Nanao is absent again. However, Maguo doesn't care about that fact. Nana internally notes that she failed to not only kill Kayouya, but also uncover his talent. Switching over to the conversation involving Kayouya and his confronters, they continue talking about the disappearance of Nanao. Suspecting that she won't be able to hide Yaohei or Nanao's deaths for long, Nana is called out by Kayouya to help him with his situation involving Maguo, Saya, and Shoichi. On the other hand, Nana denotes that she'll have to throw Kayouya off her trail before she can finish him off. Just then, students, Kurara and Kaori barge into the classroom, revealing that the student, Mikiru, had a love letter in her shoe locker. Kurara reads the letter aloud, flustering Mikiru, who then notices a scrape on Nana's left leg. Claiming that she merely tripped and fell, Mikiru proceeds to heal the scrape by licking it. Both Kurara and Kaori praise Mikiru for her kind act, but note that using her talent diminishes her lifespan. Later, inside a bathroom stall, Nana researches Mikiru's data and finds out that her kill potential is 150k. Leaving the bathroom area, Kayouya is seen waiting outside, claiming he was there for no particular reason and that he was about to feed the stray cat. This leads Nana to believe Kayouya is stalking her. As Mikiru waits for her admirer outside the garden, Nana approaches her and reveals that love letter was a setup by both Kurara and Kaori, whom were hiding in the bushes. Their cover blown, the two girls then rush off in an angry fit. How Nana knew that the meeting was a setup was that the letter had a disparaging hidden message written on it. Thankful for Nana's help, Mikiru is then invited to enjoy lunch together with Nana, and she happily agrees. Unbeknownst to the two, Kayouya was clandestinely watching from inside the school. Afterward, at the cafeteria, the two enjoy lunch together, and back at her dorm, Nana notes that Mikiru is a personified dog. Furthermore, she reflects on Mikiru's healing talent. If she were to kill Mikiru, a blow to the back would be efficient. Right as she leaves her room, Nana sees Kayouya sitting right outside her door, which shocks her. His reason for being there was to protect her from an enemy attack, which Nana appreciates, but it was getting late and he's in a girl's dorm. These reasons, however, don't faze him and offers to stay with her and sing her a lullaby. But Nana politely refuses and returns to her room. Alone, Kayouya ponders what Nana's intention was going out so late at night. Right as Kayouya leaves, Nana heads to Mikiru's room and diverts her attention, claiming there's an enemy of humanity outside in an attempt to kill her. Hearing a scream, Kayouya rushes into Mikiru's room and finds Nana wounded in her backside, and Mikiru proceeds to heal it. To Nana's confession, she heard an enemy of humanity outside her window and wanted to warn Mikiru about it. In doing so, Nana was attacked by the enemy of humanity, causing her to take a hit from Mikiru in order to defend her from it. Suspected to be an invisible type, Kayouya notes if he was overthinking things. The entire situation was revealed to be a ploy by Nana to divert suspicion from her being the killer of Nanao and Yaohei. The following day, Kayouya questions Nana and Mikiru about yesterday's ambush on Nana. What's concluded is that Kayouya is unable to conclude any evidence or a motive that Nana is the real killer and not an enemy of humanity. Favoring Nana's agenda, Kayouya could try and follow many a plausible reason why she's the enemy, but all theories would lead to dead ends. It's then that the students in the class huddle around Nana after learning she was attacked by an enemy of humanity. Talks of a new leader sparks apprehension between Saya and Maguo, but Nana intervenes, confessing she believes that Nanao was killed. She also notes her incapability to stop the murder from occurring, as her talent could have prevented it. Speaking up in favor of Nana, Mikiru suggests that Nana become the new class rep, and the class agree to the proposal. With that, Nana promises to help with the fight against the enemies of humanity. Kayouya from afar notices a sewn-up tear on Nana's dress. That afternoon outside of the school, Nana tasks Mikiru with finding out the names and respective talents of their students. This is to help Nana's goal to eliminate them all and mark it off as they died a hero's death. Kayouya then approaches Nana and apologizes to her for suspecting her as the culprit, but Nana internally notes that he still suspects her from his tone. He also asks if her back is alright from being stabbed by a sharp pointy object like a gimlet, which is what she stabbed herself with. In his room, while playing a game, Kayouya reflects on his continued suspicions on Nana. As Kayouya does this, Nana prepares to confront and kill him with a poison needle, but instead runs into the student, Tsunekichi, who wants to talk with her. He asks Nana why in the future she'll kill him, showing her a picture as proof evidence, which is related to his talent. At Tsunekichi's request, the two head to the cafeteria and discuss the matter even further. Also, Tsunekichi pulls out a picture where she kills Nanao as well. Tsunekichi continues his interrogation of Nana. She tries to negotiate with him. Her true intentions behind her negotiations is to try and outwit and then kill him, allowing her to destroy the evidence on her. When Nana asks what Tsunekichi wants, he conveys that he doesn't have a girlfriend. In Tsunekichi's room, Nana gives him a back massage on his bed, and she asks him if he could use his talent for the good of humanity. He, however, rejects that notion, claiming he hates overachievers, also claiming regardless of how much one tries, one can't change what's predestined. Hearing this, Nana notes that she has no sympathy for the sleazybagged Tsunekichi, and after he wants her to clean his ears in the nude. Increasingly annoying with Tsunekichi, Nana thinks she can easily kill him by pressing a pressure point in his back, but isn't able to. Instead, Nana hurts Tsunekichi's back, making him feel annoyed, and denote that the photo where he was about to die in around 10 p.m. is absolute. Contrary to that, Nana hopes to change that by killing him sooner. Right when Nana tries to leave, Tsunekichi reminds her that he's blackmailing her to be his girlfriend and that she better live up to her side of the bargain. Claiming she understands, Tsunekichi falls asleep in front of Nana with his left hand on his camera. Nana then tries out the camera and through her deductions learns how his talent is utilized with his camera. Taking the camera to the pea shed, Nana plots on how she'll kill Tsunekichi. The next day, Tsunekichi awakens as sees Nana sitting by his bedside. Curious to know, Nana inquires if a photo that was taken never came true, but Tsunekichi refuses to answer. Noting that the moon in the picture signals that the murder plot will take place that night, Tsunekichi orders his girlfriend to clean his room. As Nana cleans Tsunekichi's room and plots his demise, Tsunekichi details to Nana about his 5 premonitions. They are really the amount of photos he can take in a single day, and he details that he could only take 4 that day and finds out that Nana had the 5th one. In the photo, Nana was seemingly strangled to death in the pea shed at night. In light of this, Tsunekichi strikes a deal with Nana. He'll be in a pea shed that night, and if nothing happens, he'll trust her. Nana agrees to this, and as Tsunekichi goes to take a shower, she plans to overcome her fate and kill Tsunekichi. Upon Tsunekichi's return, Nana requests that she go and take a bath, and Tsunekichi agrees to it. Before she leaves, Tsunekichi reinforces the fact that if she betrays him, he'll disseminate the incriminating photos of her. That night at the pea room, Tsunekichi at first is able to overpower Nana, but she gains the upper hand on him with a poisoned needle in her possession. Nana then reveals how she lured Tsunekichi into a trap with a selfie she took with his camera. Although Tsunekichi is now dead, she has one last hurdle to overcome, involving Mikiru and Kyoya discovering Nana with Tsunekichi's dead body. Right when Kyoya asks why Nana was there with Tsunekichi, she tries to feign ignorance. Kyoyuka then notes that he and Mikiro asked around and learned that Nana was Tsunekichi's new girlfriend. Although everyone that Tsunekichi told about this didn't believe him, they also searched Tsunekichi's room and found a picture of Nana being strangled to death in the pea shed. Nana then inquires if there were any other photos they found in the room, and it was only of one with some soba on her head. Intrigued by Nana's question, Kyoyuka inquires if Nana was fishing for information to see if they found an incriminating photo of her. Using this to her favor, Nana details that Tsunekichi was blackmailing her and describes what he made her do. Afterward, in Tsunekichi's room, Nana finds the photos that Kyoyuka didn't find and puts at her bag that she had on her person. Kyoyuka then confronts Nana there, and after a bit of a conversation between the two, he asks her for more information pertaining to the photo where she's supposedly dead in. Kyoyuka elaborates on his deductions, which in his own words is to eliminate all of his suspicions. Back in her room, Nana learns that she's missing a picture in her possession and realizes that she left it on Tsunekichi's body. Mikiru, who is still trying to heal Tsunekichi, finds the photo where it shows her killing Nana. It's then Nana appears in front of Mikiru, who has the picture in her hand. Nana plots to kill Mikiru, but decides to do it at a later time when Mikiru asks her what the photo her and is about while giving it to her. Playing ignorant about the contents of the photo, Nana details that Tsunekichi's talent wasn't always accurate. She claims that his power with that talent must have diminished over time since he entered the island, and Mikiru believes it, recalling how aloof he was about his studies. This leads to Mikiru promising Nana to keep the photo a secret from everyone. Eventually, a funeral is held for Tsunekichi, and during it Kyoya questions the homeroom teacher why hasn't the police been contacted about this. To that, the homeroom teacher claims that it's impossible for the police to intervene due to the island being cut off from the mainland. In attendance there, Mikiru tries to reason with Mikiru to be more mindful with her talent, as it shaves her life away when she uses it. However, Mikiru doesn't mind. She also confirms that talented can evolve their powers, which was confirmed by the committee that hired Nana. It's then that Kyoya points out the flaws surrounding Tsunekichi's death, and just as he goes to examine Tsunekichi's body, Nana stops him and asks to talk with him outside. During the discussion, the two try and outwit each other in the other's testimony, and soon, Kyoya tries to examine Tsunekichi's body, which met with apprehension by Nana, who tries to get her fellow students to stop him. Saya and Magwo voice their disapproval of Kyoyuka, but it's a boy named Shinji who stops Kyoyuka with his necromancer talent. Shinji resurrects Tsunekichi with his talent, freaking out everyone, but his friend, Yuyuka, stands up for him, but he brushes her off. Nana tries to use the scene to her favor, claiming that Tsunekichi is suffering because of Shinji's talent. Hence, Shinji returns Tsunekichi's corpse back into his coffin. The next day in class, Seiya tries to ask Yuyuka if she's free the next day, but she gets apoplectic towards him, noting he already has a girlfriend. It's then that Nana approaches Yuyuka and inquires where Shinji may be, but she has no clue as to where he'd be. She does, however, go on a bit of a tirade of her relationship with him. Stalking the two at night, Nana plans to kill them as a pair, but is confronted by Kyoya before she's able to. They then approach Yuyuka and Shinji, whom discloses more details about his necromancer ability. With Shinji out of the picture, Yuyuka elaborates her relationship with Shinji, like how they first met, and how he saved her once from a fire at a movie theater. It's Yuyuka's goal to make people think Shinji isn't a bad person like the typical rap necromancers get. At school the following day, Nana is notably tired as she walks down the hallway with Mikeru, so she rests in the infirmary. Alone, Nana's true intention to be in the infirmary was to infiltrate the boys' dorm, and during Kyoya approaches Mikeru and asks her where Nana is. She answers that Nana is resting in the infirmary, so Kyoya and Mikeru visit her only to find her not on her bed, but outside begging them for their help, and to get Yuyuka as well. Lead to where an open sewage pipe was. The stray cat that Kyoya feeds was trapped below. Hoping that Yuyuka could use her super strength to pry open the grates, she declines that she could. Using some cat food from his room, Kyoya manages to lure it out, and when pressed about why Yuyuka couldn't use her powers to retrieve the cat, she details that her allergies from cats negates her powers. That night, Nana tries to carry out her assassination of Yuyuka. However, she fails to do so as Shinji stops her. It's then revealed that Yuyuka is the true necromancer, and the backstory of how Yuyuka learned for her talent after Shinji daringly rescued her. Furthermore, Yuyuka deduces that Nana was the one responsible for the deaths of the missing students. To which, Nana confirms, but states that she at least lets the dead rest in peace. Yuyuka is unfazed by Nana's comment, and both try and blackmail one another, but Nana has more leverage. Therefore, Nana proposes she'll keep their secret and not kill them. As an added bonus, Nana would also inform Yuyuka what Shinji has been trying to inform her with her talent. With Yuyuka awe-stricken by this last proposal, this was really a ploy by Nana so she could escape. Falling for it, Nana is released, and the message she gives from Shinji is, "Kill Nana," and escapes. So, after consulting with Shinji, Yuyuka and him go after Nana, but she manages to outrun them. Far away from her pursuers, Nana contemplates how to proceed. Eventually, both Yuyuka and Shinji manage to catch up to Nana, who hides in the bushes and calls Yuyuka for wearing Tsunakichi's necklace. Unfazed again by Nana's perception, Shinji and her search for Nana in the bushes, and Yuyuka is nearly apprehended by Nana, but she's stopped by Shinji. While trying to outrun her pursuers, Nana is ambushed by a bunch of reanimated corpses, which were a mix of talented students and teacher. Yuyuka, feeling confident that she has the upper hand, proposes a game of tag with Nana. Trying to escape her new pursuers, Nana contemplates the details to her new situation and finds an old cottage. There she sets up a trap involving her barricading herself in said cottage until sunrise. She manages to succeed in doing this and proved her theory that Yuyuka can only use her necropowers during the night. Believing she won, Yuyuka leaves to her self-confinement and comments how she'll go and take a bath. That night, Yuyuka, Shinji, and a bunch of zombies surround the cottage. However, when they inspect inside the cottage, they find that Nana has escaped. Despite searching the entire night with a horde of zombies, her efforts give no result. Right as Yuyuka was about to enter the girls' dorm, Nana ambushes her and steals the catalyst from what needed for her to use her abilities, a relic from the deceased. By the cliffside, Nana holds Shinji's relic above the cliffside, intending to drop it if Yuyuka made any sudden movements. She then discloses how she outwit her back in the cottage and supposedly drops the relic off the cliffside. Distraught, Yuyuka begs for mercy from Nana, but she gives none as she elaborates her deduction on how Shinji really died. After Yuyuka's confession of her killing Shinji, Nana kills her with a poison needle she pricks on the back of Yuyuka's neck. Yuyuka now dead, Nana reads the deceased target's information on her phone, where it states her kill potential was 500 zizzen plus. Questioning if her analysis was off, would she had spared him? But Nana rejects that notion and then drops the relic off the cliffside into the ocean below. Disposing Yuyuka's corpse, Nana walks through the forest and contemplates how she'll proceed now that there's a bunch of corpses out in the open of the forest. She then runs into Kurata, who catches a snake, but releases it after Nana sneaks up on her. When Nana inquires Kurata as to why she was catching the snake, she details it so she can function. To Nana's deduction, it's so she can use her poison talent. Curious as to know where Kurara's partner in crime Kaori, who can teleport, was, Kurara answers that they're not friends with each other anymore due to a dispute involving a pair of contacts. Using this to her advantage, Nana restrains Kurara to the ground and demands to know the password to her phone and sequentially kills Kurara. She then heads to Kaori's room and lazes her contacts with poison to make it seem like Kurara did it because of their dispute over Kaori's contacts. This would help Nana get Kyoya's suspicion off of her for the time being. Afterward, Kyoya does confront Nana about the missing Yuyuka and Shinji. Tearfully, Nana confirms that Yuyuka is dead because of her and leads Kyoya, Mikeru, Seiya, and Maguo to the scene of the site. On their way there, Nana confesses that Yuyuka was the real necromancer, and she killed Shinji to control his body. At the scene of the site, Nana elaborated on what had happened and requests that Maguo incinerate Shinji's dead body as he cries in agony for peace. Surprisingly, Kyoya has no qualms against this, but notes that he'll watch Nana's moves from there on out. Nana then leads the group to the places where the other corpses were scattered around the forest, and they too are incinerated. At the girls' dorm, Nana claims to hear voices of the enemy of humanity coming from there. Upon their investigation of the dorms, the group finds the corpse of Kaori in her room. Not wanting to waste time, Kyoya investigates Kaori's dead body a bit and notices a liquid substance in Kaori's contact container. Kyoya ingests it and figures out it's poison. Nana makes note that poison won't work on him. However, it does torture him. In Kyoya's deduction, he states that Kaori died by inserting the poison contacts into her eyes and suspects that Nana is the culprit, which shocks Mikeru. With no conclusive evidence that Nana is the culprit, however, they leave Kaori's room, and as they walk through the dorm hallway, Nana asks Mikeru what Kurara's talent was, and she answers her talent involved poison, leading to the conclusion that Kurara is the culprit. Deciding to settle things in the morning with finding Kurara, Kyoya still ponders what Nana's connection between the Joru students are. Back in Kaori's room, Kyoya questions Nana over her relationship with the two Jaris, and in doing so manages to make Nana slip up in her confession. Mikeru then points out the text messages shared on Kaori's phone and tries to speak in defense for Nana. Kyoya remains obstinate. He openly declares that Nana is the killer as Seiya, Maguo, and his henchmen appear at the scene. From there, Kyoya elaborates his deductions on the murder case, to which internally infuriates Nana. In the end, a brief debate between Kyoya and Nana occurs on the plausibility that she's the killer. However, due to the evidence linking her to the murders, that being Kaori's cell phone, any argument Nana tried to raise, especially with her mind-reading talent, was refuted. As a way to prove his accusation, Kyoya starts to search Nana, much to her dismay. In Kyoya's search for evidence on Nana, he doesn't find anything. The item in question was Kurara's cell phone, and Nana was relieved that she wasn't found out. Nana had 3 plans sorted out, and out of the 3 she went with the third, which was of high risk, but she went with it and it worked. Mikeru then speaks in defense of Nana, calling out Kyoya for being inconsiderate by accusing Nana of murder. Begrudgingly, Kyoya apologizes, and after Nana hears the voice of Kurara from afar, the two shake hands in what seems to be goodwill, but Kyoya still notes something is off. Afterward, during the night just outside the dorms, Nana contemplates about disposing the poison and how to proceed thereafter. Just then, Mikeru approaches Nana, and when asked why she's sitting there, Nana answers she's on guard against the enemies of humanity. Impressed by this, Mikeru praises Nana and volunteers to stand watch with her. Accepting, Mikeru's offer, Nana doses off for a bit until she's caught by surprise when Mikeru holds a box cutter knife to her neck. Mikeru, with a cold look on her face, demands to know why Nana didn't use her mind-reading talent to catch her in the act. This sudden confrontation leads to a brief interrogation about Nana's talent, until Nana is able to disarm Mikeru. To her delight, Mikeru manages to deflect any argument Nana gives that would try and implicate her of any wrongdoing in that situation. In the end, 2 students spot Mikeru and ask if she's alright, whereas she returns to her sweet persona and informs them that she's fine. Returning to the dorm, Mikiru says that she'll see Nana again tomorrow and also calls Nana her friend, which infuriates her. The next day in school, Mikiru presents Nana with a small box claiming it's a present for the class rep. On the other hand, Nana doesn't accept it, which is okay with Mikiru, as she'll have plenty of other chances to give her the present. The truth to Mikiru wanting to give her present is to catch Nana off guard, which would expose her true talent. Eventually, Nana opens Mikiru's present in front of the entire class, but gets it wrong. Before Mikiru could take advantage of the discrepancy, Nana reveals the phrase, "I love Nana-shan." Kyoya then points out the paper with that phrase written on it attached to Mikiru's back. Although he openly asks who could have put the paper on Mikiru, Kyoya drops it after his blunder the night before. By the cliffside, Nana confronts Mikiru and outs her as a fake. The fake confirms this and introduces himself as Jin Takibana and proposes a deal with her. Taking Nana to an untold location, Jin assures Nana that the real Mikiru is fine. At the location, the two talk about how Jin has many cards to play against Nana, as he has preponderant evidence that he used against her. He also states that the corpses used by Yuyuka's necromancy were his former friends and that the cat Kyoya fed was himself. The one that Nana rescued from the drain that one time was the real cat. Meanwhile, Kyoya studies various poisons that Nana could have used to kill Kaori with. Back to Jin and Nana. Jin discloses how 5 years ago all of his fellow classmates started to kill each other. How Jin managed to survive was by transforming into an animal, and by doing this was written off as dying heroically against the enemies of humanity. Jin learned this when he met with his grandmother, who told him of that fact. With nowhere else to go, Jin returned to the island. Eventually, Jin learns of Nana, which lead him to propose the deal to her. On the other hand, Nana has no interest in said deal, as she secretly poisoned his coffee that he served the two of them. Shown to have the upper hand, Nana uses her phone to mark another successful target dealt with, but is accosted by her classmates. However, this was all an illusion created by Jin, who turns can not only copy appearances, but also their talents as well. From this revelation, Nana believes that she found the true enemy of humanity. With Nana's cell phone in hand, Jin interrogates the distraught Nana, who tries to keep her cool. As Jin demands to know she tried to contact before he confiscated her phone. However, Nana refuses to disclose who it was, and if Jin is curious to know who they were, then try simply transform into her. He doesn't, but instead fiddles with her phone and reads aloud, "Potential kill count." Breaking free from her restraint, Nana escapes from the cave. She's stopped though by Jin, who uses Maguo's fire talent against her. Caught up to her, Jin divulges that while he can use the people's talent he transforms into, he still needs practice to fully utilize them. Standing before the beaten Nana, Jin has her disclose some information pertaining to her background, like facts about her family and her parents' profession. Right before Nana passes out due to exhaustion, Jin gives her one piece of advice, that once more corpses start to pile up around the school, psychopaths will arise, and to be careful of that. Afterward, Nana awakens in Mikiru's room and is embraced by the relieved girl. Thankful for Mikiru's compassion and care, she leads Mikiru to believe that it was enemies of humanity that Nana encountered and wounded her. Mistakenly, Nana lets it slip about wanting to get back at some villains, which leads her to disclose her traumatic past, where her parents were murdered by the hands of the enemies of humanity. Although Mikiru attentively listens to Nana's story and tries to console her over her, Nana still believes that Mikiru is a dangerous person with a dark side like Yuyuka. Time passes by and Kyoya talks with the homeroom teacher about the mysterious deaths that have recently occurred during Yuyuka, Shinji, and Kaori's funeral. Kyoya pushes the homeroom teacher to allow him to speak to his superiors when he contacts them about the deaths of the 3 students. Nana is in audible range of the conversation and has a brief flashback of when she was interrogated about her parents' death. Once the funeral was over, Nana returns to her room and is visited by Jin. He claims that he's happy to see Nana has recovered since last they've met. Nana states that Jin could have transformed into Mikiru and use her healing powers to heal her injuries. However, Jin couldn't, as that would expend his life force, revealing that he suffers from the user's weaknesses he transforms into. Using her phone as a bargaining chip, Jin tries to negotiate with Nana to allow him see another fragment of her soul, but Mikiru intervenes. She enters Nana's room and Jin transforms into the cat to disguise himself. Sitting on Nana's bed, Mikiru talks with Nana, who discloses more about herself to Mikiru, who attentively listens, as does Jin. This goes on for the rest of the night. The following day, Nana awakens to find Mikiru sleeping on her bed. Abruptly, Kayouya enters the room and leads the two to the boys' dorm area where the dead body of Ryuji Ishii was. Although Kayouya suspects her as the culprit, he plays it coy, asking her how to approach this as she's the class rep. On the other hand, Nana wasn't the one who killed Ryuji. Within the scene of the crime, Kayouya reviews the facts surrounding the murder. Furthermore, Kayouya questions Maguo and his henchmen for any alibis, as Maguo's room is adjacent to the murder victim Ryuji Ishii. Because of this, each of Maguo's henchmen discloses their respective talent. Sato can mimic voices of other, Tsurumagawa's is astral projection, and finally Shoichi's involves magnetism. Ryuji's girlfriend Fuko also discloses her alibi and showcases her wind control talent outside. Fuko's talent is used on Kayouya, whose chest is sliced open by the talent. She also reveals that she can't use her talent in closed spaces and requires ventilation. At that moment, the homeroom teacher arrives at the scene and informs him that he's got his superiors on hold on the phone so he can talk with them. Back at the crime scene, Nana and Mikiru briefly re-investigate the location, and Nana notices Mikiru acting rather strange. The two later enjoy lunch at the cafeteria, and during it Mikiru discloses that she one day wants to become a doctor when finishes school. Mikiru also proposes that she should introduce her parents to Nana in the future. This offer triggers Nana, making her leave the cafeteria table. Afterward, Nana reflects on that with regret, as she allowed her emotions to get the better of her. But it confirms her notions that Mikiru is acting strange as of late with her congenial nature. Also, through her suspicions, Nana believes that Mikiru is onto her. This is suspected after the homeroom teacher returns her school uniform that Mikiru repaired, and when she did, Mikiru took Nana's poison bottle. It's then Kayouya arrives and briefly inquires Nana about Mikiru's recent behavior, but drops it and asks her to follow him to Fuku's room. Before they leave, the homeroom teacher informs them that a person from HQ will be arriving soon, which Nana finds strange. In Fuko's room, Kayouya and Nana question Fuko about Ryuji concerning various things such as sleep schedule, how a rift opened between them in recent times, and his personality. Satisfied with the information they were told, Kayouya and Nana leave. But Fuko stops Nana before she leaves, requesting they catch the killer. Reviewing the facts in the hallway, Kayouya believes that Ryuji was killed during Maguo's lecture to his henchmen. After this, Nana visits Mikiru's room and reads her diary, which has logs involving her and Nana's time together. Just then Jin appears before Nana and returns to her bottle of poison. Jin tells Nana his desire to meet her superior that trained her to be an assassin, but before leaving informs her that Mikiru has spent a long time in the shower, to which, when Nana checks up on her, finds that she's unconscious in her bathtub. Apparently, she's still breathing. Nana thinks that if she is left alone, she will surely die. However, Nana decided that Mikiru couldn't die yet. Mikiru is in critical condition. Nana told the homeroom teacher that Mikiru has a fever, hoping to get a doctor who is stationed on the island. However, the only doctor that was on the island left because of the murders. The homeroom teacher suggests she asks Kayouya for help. She then asks Kayouya, but he is currently performing an autopsy on Ryuji's body. Nana tries to get acetaminophen pills from Kayouya, knowing that it'd make her look suspicious. Kayouya says that she's knowledgeable. Nana headed to the cafeteria, realizing that she needs water, table salt, sugar, vegetables, and eggs for nutrition purposes. Sadly, it was already closed. After Nana threw a rock to break the window and entered the cafeteria, she realized that the talented people are arrogant because they can skip these inconveniences. Nana takes what she needs and heads back to Mikiru's room. While Nana is taking care of Mikiru, Kyoyuka shows up to check on them. Even Kyoyuka has no idea of what happened to Mikiru. At first, Kyoyuka suspects that Nana is responsible for Mikiru's condition. Nana is thinking about how she missed kills opportunities since Kyoyuka is focused on an investigation. After the morning arrives and Kyoyuka is investigating Shoichi's room. According to Shoichi, there was a dead animal near the school that had been decapitated just like Ryuji. He thinks the same person killed Ryuji. Kyoyuka didn't find any weapon in this room. Mikiru is slowly getting back to consciousness. Fuko enters the room. She asks Nana how is the case going. Nana says that she let Kyoyuka handle it. Fuko believes that the person who killed her boyfriend also injured Mikiru. She was also worried about Nana and even offered to take care of her. However, Nana refuses. Nana made that choice because she was concerned that Mikiru knew and was about to reveal the truth about her. Nana theorizes that if Mikiru is linked with Ryuji's murder, Fuko would want to silence her. Mikiru finally wakes up. Nana asks her why did she collapse. Mikiru saw two cats and it looked like one was asking her to heal the other who was badly injured. After Mikiru rescued the cat, she suddenly felt cold and took a bath, which made her lose consciousness. So she lost consciousness because of her talent. Nana realizes that Mikiru isn't related to Ryuji's death. Mikiru tries to heal Nana's wound that she got when she broke into the cafeteria, which makes Nana angry, and she scolds Mikiru for her behavior because it shortens her lifespan. Mikiru is surprised when she realizes that Nana stayed with her the whole time. Mikiru tells Nana that her hair is disheveled. Nana messes with Mikiru's hair and they laugh together. Jin encounters a suspicious person while investigating the forest. Jin loves animals, and he doesn't care if Mikiru's life is shortened as long as the animals are saved. He turned into a cat and asked Mikiru to heal the cat's injuries. He hates it when someone hurts animals. Jin warned him not to mess with animals, and the suspicious person left. Jin investigated Nana's phone, but could not find any information. The phone was filled with meaningless contacts. The estimated number of people killed was also a meaningless list of numbers to Jin. Meanwhile, the council was thinking about Nana's situation. She killed a lot of people quickly. They conclude that Tsuruoka trained her well. They received a request for help from the island. Tsuruoka says that he'll go there and that Nana is practically family to him. Rentaru is running an errand for Maguo. Kyoyuka interrogates him. According to him, Ryuji was an unbelievably nice person. He was smart, and he always put Fuko before his friends. In the meantime, Nana and Mikiru were having a peaceful time. Nana thinks that Mikiru is wasting her time. She starts to make plans to kill Fuko. Nana tries to leave the room to go kill Fuko. Mikiru begs her to stay longer. Mikiru suggests that they play shogi because she thinks that Nana is bored. Nana goes take a shower. On her way, she's thinking that she should have killed any feelings she had for Mikiru. Nana is also terrified as she's thinking about what Tsuruoka would think if he saw what she has done over the last 2 days. Kyoyuka is inspecting the crime scene at the same time. Nana plays shogi with Mikiru and asks Mikiru why is she such a good person. She was even trying to help Kaori, who was bullying her. Nana then mentions a certain Hitomi-san. Nana knows that from Mikiru's diary and pretended that she read Mikiru's mind to explain how she knew the name Hitomi. 3 years ago, Mikiru healed a male student's scrape at school using her talent. Because of this, she began to be persecuted at school by a jealous female student. After she healed Hitomi's dog, Hitomi showed up. Hitomi had a bad reputation, so Mikiru tried to run away. Hitomi catches her and says that her talent is amazing since it can save all kinds of people. Since that day, Hitomi, who had not been attending school, came to school and defended Mikiru against her bullies. Hitomi tried to make Mikuru heal her mother's cold, but she explained that she can't heal internal injuries. Hitomi asks Mikuru to be more confident. Hitomi rarely came to school anyway, and when they met again in a hospital. As Mikuru was healing someone, she collapsed. When she woke up, she saw Hitomi. Mikuru asks Hitomi what she was doing there. Hitomi says that her hair is actually a wing, meaning that she had cancer since before she met Mikuru. She didn't come to school because she was sick. Mikuru asks Hitomi why she was so nice to her. Hitomi thought Mikuru was cool because she saved her dog before they even met. Mikuru believes that Hitomi is the cool one. Hitomi says that trying to do something for someone is what makes you cool. Hitomi died and Mikuru could do nothing about it. That's why she tries so hard to be nice and help others. Nana leaves the room. She sees Mikuru's potential kill count of 150,000 people, and she slumps. Nana and Mikuru have a discussion regarding the murder of Nana's parents, in which Mikuru states that Nana could not have been responsible in any way. The two share a hug with Nana mentally celebrating making a friend. The next day, they buy each other gifts. Later that night, Kyoya finally determines the killer's identity. Meanwhile, Jin visits Nana and informs her that Mikuru is about to become the next victim. When Nana heads out, she receives a phone call from Tsuruoka. Later, just as the killer is about to strike, Nana arrives and is stabbed in the back. She then reveals that the killer is Rintaro Tsurumagawa, the henchman with the astral projection talent. While Rintaro continues his assault, Nana tells him that she has laid a trap. She then proceeds to insult Mikuru in order to ensure that she flees to safety. When Rintaro wonders what the trap is, Kyoya finds his real body and stops him. As Nana lies on the ground dying, Mikuru returns and uses her talent to save Nana. Afterwards, a distraught Nana holds Mikuru's body, crying in pain as she has lost her one and only true friend.